Alright, so when it comes to images and SEO, there's actually quite a few things we can do to optimize each inline image on our website. And I'm going to use this image as an example, which is just a shelving stand which I found in Google Images, and it's a big file. I think it's like 1900 pixels. This isn't the actual size, this is the actual size. Obviously we want to scale that down before we upload it. So I have that image on my desktop, and I'm going to open Photoshop. Now there's a lot of different image tools you can use to do resizing and things like that, cropping. There's even some online tools you can use. Photoshop is just a really popular program to do that with. So I'm going to do a few things here, and the first thing we want to do is resize this image, because we don't want to upload the image how it is and then change the width and the height within CSS. We want to actually make it the smallest we can and still use it. So in Photoshop it's pretty simple, just like you could even use Microsoft Paint. Okay, so we're just going to go to Image and go to image size, and the size is 1900 pixels wide, which is very big. For our blog post, let's say we'll probably want it around 450 pixels. Okay, so let's see, 450, and with Photoshop we can have these constrained proportions which we want to keep, because we don't want to just change the width. And you can see that it was 7.88 megabytes, and after the resizing it's only 452 kilobytes, which is still pretty big. We'll bring that down a little. So let's resize it, and we can say actual pixels. So this is the size it will be, which is pretty ideal for a blog post. Now what we want to do is save this image. Well, first let's take a look at the file name. You can see that the file name is not optimized at all. We have spin, prod, and then a bunch of numbers. So we want to optimize this title. And if we look at the post that we're going to put this in, we're going to put it under this office shelving types, and we have wood shelf. So I think a good name for this image would be home office wood shelf. Okay, so I'm going to go back to Photoshop, and we're going to go to save for web. If you're using Photoshop, you want to use this option, save for web. Okay, cannot complete the export command. That's a little weird. Huh. I'm not sure what that means. Alright, well, I guess we're just going to have to save it normally. So what we want to do is change this title, and we don't want to use spaces, so we'll use underscores. We'll say home office wood shelving .jpg, and save that. And now here's where we can mess with the quality a little bit. By default it's giving it a 9, which is high quality. You can see 12 is the maximum, and the file size is right here. The maximum would be 109 kilobytes. We don't want that. So we also don't want to bring it down here. We don't want it low, because the image will look really crappy and really grainy. So we want to go somewhere in the middle. I think 7 would be okay. And you can see, actually, if you look at the image and I scroll down to 0, you can see it's just very blurry. 3, it's still grainy. 5, looking better but still low quality. 7 looks pretty good, and it's only 45 kilobytes. So let's save that. and actually it's zoomed in, so it looked even worse. So now it looks pretty good. I mean, the size is still kind of big, but you know, you don't want low quality images. As long as it's not really slowing down the page, then it should be fine. So let me just bring that image in. Okay, so this is our new optimized image. And if we look at the original image was 158 kilobytes. This image is 35 kilobytes. So we made quite a difference. Alright, so now we want to deal with WordPress image optimization. So let me just log in here. Alright, so we're going to go to our posts, and we want to go to let's see, tips to cut the clutter. These are both the same post. We'll just use the original one. I'm going to get rid of this one, and you can see this green dot is lit up if we're using the Yoast SEO plugin. So let's just get rid of this one, and we'll go to this one. Alright, so we need to find where we want to put the image, and we want to put it right under the shelving types. And to add an image, we want to go to Add Media, and let's see, we want to upload an image. Alright, so there's our image, and here is where we can actually add some more optimization. The title, we can change this so that it's more human readable. So without the underscores, we can use capitals, so let's do that. Home office, wood shelving. Caption, we could use the same thing. Alt text, same thing. Description, let's see, easily fit in home office. Okay. So that's, let's see, alignment, link to size. In WordPress, you can actually change the size. We want it at the full size of 450. And that's pretty much as optimized as we're going to get. So let's insert. And the caption, we don't need the caption, so let's get rid of that. And if we look at the HTML, let's see. So here's our image here. Okay, it has an alternative attribute with home office wood shelving. Okay, so you want to use an alt attribute no matter what. For one reason, it's good for SEO. For another, if for some reason the server can't find this image, all right, if it's deleted or it was moved or it was never there, it'll use this alternative text. Okay, so you want this to be readable by humans. Okay, it's not just for the search engines; it's for people visiting your website as well. All right, so let's update that. Okay, so if we go to the front end and reload, what? I'm not sure what is going on here. A redirect loop. Alright, so let's see. Alright, I don't know what that was about, but here's the image. Alright, so it looks good. It's not grainy, it's not blurry. We can open it up in a new tab, and you can see the title has the optimized name, image name. So that's really it. That's how you can optimize images for SEO.